Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So this is our many, around 90 probably, of our poetry sessions. Um, and we do this multi-language. So I welcome today, we have, we were originally from Indian ancestry. We included Bangladesh, Nepal, Pakistan. We have two Pakistani poets today of Pakistan origin. And then we have also an Afghan poet today, Afghan origin. And then we would have a Chinese poet. She's in California, but she would join in course of time. So first thing is, I want to show you this book we have done. This is called Ananyashvara. It's written in Devanagari script there, non-different voices. So basically this, I think the cover art is one of our poets, Sajid, who is in the audience here. And then it's about I think it's fairly well produced. So I will request people to see if they can um, order and then give to the local library on behalf of the South Asian community, because this such a thing probably may not be produced again. Different languages, put them together, have translations of them, properly done or as properly as we can. Um, so this is for our future generations, children. 100 years later, somebody may say, who are these people here? So I would like each of you, if you can, we can give you money if you don't want to spend money, but to go to a local library. So that this is on behalf of the South Asian community, mm, as a token of remembrance. All right. So with that, we come to our today's event. So this multi-language event, very nice, and I enjoy it. I think many of you enjoy it because we have been doing it for about 20 years now. Um, so today's protest, Birod. Birod, I kind of saw in the news here. So immigrants, we all came because somehow the USA welcomed immigrants. And we did not know rules may change sometime. So immigrants may not be welcomed. And this happens in societies for different reasons: food, water, wealth, land. So some people may say, hey, look, you don't belong here. Family, brothers, communities. So comes Birodha, protest. So protest is inside of us. So we will try to try to analyze it in our own way. And I do the Vedas. I did try to struggle to find out the right Vedic hymn on it. So they are protesting against bad intention. And I laughed at myself that out of many things that the human can do, is capable of doing, is being afflicted with the wrong motive. So they are saying, keep it away, protest. So our first, now the protest coming from the Indian subcontinent and so on were occupied for a long time, and people did not know how to protest, because protest is mobilization, protest is people coming together, because a single person, if you protest, so you may be annihilated. These officials could be much stronger. So a Bengali poet, so he wrote a poem saying that be spiritual, be spiritual, see what happens. So this spirituality, that is, if you have the right intention, that something else may support you. So that's the South Asian philosophy, that you are not alone. And I can say that we are not alone. And so to celebrate that, I've requested my friends Rahul and SAPNE are here. So to sing for us the original poem of 1905, that, hey man, start up. Unless you leave home, things will not happen. You have to walk. Rahul Ray and SAPNE Ray, from old time, our friends in SAPNE. Rahul is a music teacher. Rahul is a professor in BU, and SAPNE is a music teacher and also a scientist. So please welcome Rahul and SAPNE.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. This is actually a song by Rabindranath Tagore, and he wrote this song. It was a favorite of Mahatma Gandhi, actually. Many of you may remember. So we're going to sing that song, and at the end of the song, I'm going to just do the free translation in English. So let's
Not in the beginning? No. They will understand.
So it's okay. Sure. যদি সবাই থাকে মুখ ফিরায় সবাই করে ভয়, যদি সবাই থাকে মুখ ফিরায় সবাই করে ভয়, তবে কোরআন খুলে তুই মুখ ফুটে তোর মনের কথা একলা বলো রে, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে। সবাই ফিরে যায় ওরে ওরে ওই অবাগা, সবাই ফিরে যায় যদি গহন পথে যাবার কালে কেউ ফিরে না চায়, যদি গহন পথে যাবার কালে কেউ ফিরে না চায়, তবে পথের কাটায় তুই রক্ত মাথা চলন তলে একলা দলরে, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলরে। যদি আলো না ধরে ওরে ওরে ওই অবাধায় আলো না ধরে, যদি ঝড় বদলে আধার রাতে দুয়ার দেয় ঘরে, যদি ঝড় বদলে আধার রাতে দুয়ার দেয় ঘরে, ওই লজ্জা নলে আপন বুকের পাঁজর জ্বালিয়ে নিয়ে একলা দলরে, যদি আওয়াজ পেকর না আয়ে দফির চল अकेला रे, तेरी आवाज पे कोई ना आए तो फिर चल अकेला रे, तू चल अकेला चल अकेला चल अकेला चल अकेला रे, तू चल अकेला चल अकेला चल अकेला चल अकेला रे, तेरी आवाज पे कोई ना आए तो फिर चल अकेला रे, तेरी आवाज पे कोई ना आए तो फिर चल अकेला रे, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে। So this is the song. I'm just going to do a very...
You can unmute and give them a round of applause.
Oh.
All right. Okay. Go ahead.
So I'm going to do a free English translation of this song. This was written by Rabindranath Tagore, and it's It just says, the first verse, it says that if nobody heeds your call, go it solo. You do it yourself if nobody listens to you. If nobody speaks up in protest, you speak up and open your mind. If everybody goes back in fright, if everybody goes back in fear, but you go there solo, yourself. If there is no light, but still you go there in the darkness and do your duty. And so if nobody listens, nobody heeds your call, go it solo, do it yourself. Thank you.
Okay, very good.
Very good, very good.
Thank you.
Okay, so now mute yourselves. Now,
I am sorry, I have to leave because I have classes. Okay.
Alright.
Okay, thank you.
So we have this is 9 to 5. So we all says like you walk alone, and part of the line is that if nobody looks at you in the deep forest, you still keep walking. But we have a new situation that there could be police, people can beat you up. And so it is not somebody looking at you, you must protect yourself. So that happened in 1942, where this Mahatma Gandhi, they said, so he kind of called the British must leave India. So the question is, you can't walk yourself. When you walk yourself, you could be killed. So we have a friend here who participates occasionally, but his family participated in 1942. So on behalf of his family, he would recite a poem that was used in the Quit India, 1942, August 9th. Mr. Mahendra Bakshi, please read.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so I will try to read, okay? Let me see. On August 8th, Gandhiji declared that people have to do or die for freedom. And soon after that, all the leaders were arrested, leading all the leaders. However, on 9th of August, the next day, the Quit India movement started really because the people took it over. And they started demonstrating and continued the movement. And a poet called V.N. Bhushan, he wrote this poem, 9th August 1942. It's a short poem, 14 lines. I'll read it here. Leaping forth like lava from a volcano's burning heart, brave awakened life has entered the field. Shall we not share the upward aspiration to light? Share the sacrifice and suffering demanded in the fight? Resume our spirit at the fiery altar of revived faith and cease cheating ourselves with hypocritical vanities. Too long have we trafficked with selfish desires and lost eternity's inheritings, imperishable things, unnumbered visionless years have we wasted, greeting ineffectual angels and false divinities? No, no longer shall we be indifferent to the new sunrise. No, no longer shall we be indifferent to the new sunrise and taint our souls with unpardonable apathies. Here and now, we vow to follow the nation's stirring call and champion the country's cause of freedom and peace. By V.N. Bhushan.
Very good. So can we acknowledge with applause? Friends, you can unmute transient and then applaud and then go back. We will continue this operation as a protocol. Just to claim that we are with the protest. Our next person that we have on this stream, we're in 1942, women in the world. Women in the world, that the mothers, sisters, they take the whole brunt of society. I won't be here if my mother was not there. We don't understand women. When I kind of do this language model, I understand the woman is the language. We create words. The woman is the word. Woman was there before us. It's not easily understood. So men have controlled the live and women sustain. Not easily understood. So now question of, we have a Afghan women, we read in the papers. So I thought we will hear the story of the protest of Afghan women from an Afghani poet and civil recite in Persian, the lamentation, protest of Afghan women. Please welcome Bahara Husseini. Bahara.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm not a poet, but I'm very glad to be part of this. And of course, I'm enjoying. And thank you so much for the opportunity.
Sid.
This poem is from Nadia Anjuman about the resilience of an Afghan woman or Afghan woman who, despite oppression, silence, and suffering, refuse to lose their strength or identities. I dedicate it to my Afghan sisters who today are deprived of their basic rights, imprisoned in their own homes with their wings tied. May there be a brighter, freer tomorrow for all women and people around the world, especially for my homeland, Afghanistan. And sir mentioned about protest. My sisters began to protest to advocate for their rights, but even they were not given the right to protest. They were arrested. نیست شوقی که زبان باز کنم. نیست شوقی که زبان باز کنم. از چه بخوانم؟ من که منفور زمانم، چه بخوانم چه نخوانم. چه بگویم سخن از شهد که زهر است به کامم. وای از آن مشت ستمگر که بی کوبیده دهانم. نیست غمخوار مرا در همه دنیا به که نازم. نیست غمخوار مرا در همه دنیا به که نازم. چه بگریم چه بخندم چه بمیرم چه بمانم. من و این کنج اسارت، غمی ناکامی و حسرت، که عبث زادم و مهر بباید به زبانم. دانم ای دل که بهاران بود و موسم عشرت. دانم ای دل که بهاران بود و موسم عشرت. من پربسته چه سازم که پریدن نتوانم. گرچه دیریست خموشم نرود نغمه ز یادم. گرچه دیریست خموشم نرود نغمه ز یادم. زان که هر لحظه به نجوا سخن از دل برهانم. یاد آن روز گرامی که قفس را بشکافم. یاد آن روز گرامی که قفس را بشکافم. سر به رو نارم از این عزلت و مستانه بخوانم. سر به رو نارم از این عزلت و مستانه بخوانم. من نه آن بید ضعیفم که ز هر باد بلرزم. من نه آن بید ضعیفم که زهر باد بلرزم، دخت افغانم و برجاست که دایم به فغانم. دخت افغانم و برجاست که دایم به فغانم. English translation. I have no desire to speak. What should I even sing about? I'm someone rejected by my time. So what difference does it make if I sing or I stay silent? How can I talk about sweetness when everything tastes like poison to me? Oh, the cruel fist that has struck me and silenced my mouth. There is no one in this world who cares for me. Who could I rely on? Whether I cry, laugh, die, or stay alive. Here I am, trapped in this corner, with sadness, failure, and regret. Feeling like I was born for nothing, with my voice forced to stay silent. I know, my heart, that spring has come and it's time for joy, but with my wings tied, how can I fly? Even though I have been silent for a long time, my songs don't leave me. Because every moment when it appears, I speak from my heart. I dream of the day I can break free from this cage, lift my head from this loneliness, and sing with joy again. I'm not a weak willow that shakes in every wind. I'm an Afghan daughter, and this is in my nature to cry out and stand strong. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm an Afghan daughter.
Yeah, beautiful.
I am a daughter.
Thank you so much.
No, so Afghan is a qualifier. But anyway, thank you for on behalf of the women of the world. I wish I was a woman. I must feel the warmth and the sympathy and the affection and the love that women give to the nature, Mother Earth. So those are my invitations to set the tone for the meeting. We have now 20 or 23 people who have requested time. So out of them, I've requested Manish, the local poet and so on, to start up. So basically what will happen is Manish will read his poem, and as Manish finishes, so we'll have 5 minutes for each of us. So now Manish finishes, then I hope all people hear carefully, and then you say that you want to go next to the poem after hearing. Don't just jump into. It's not a protest. We are making poetry. So, and then Premji will kind of then call upon you if there's more people than one, and then we go systematically, and hopefully in a couple of hours we have a beautiful, beautiful way of celebrating. We are not protesting, we're understanding what protest is.
Yeah.
We are not really, we are poets. We are understanding words, emotion, protest in the heart, protesting in our minds. Protest is when we are trampling on somebody else for whatever reason. So now, Manish, please go. Is Sahad Ahmed is here yet? Not yet. That's okay. People will gradually come in. Okay, Manish, please continue.
Thank you, Vijay.
So get the protocol like Manish does, then continue. And then when your 5 minutes comes, then you introduce yourself. I'm such and such. I want to read such and such poem. If there anything context about that, and try to see that you can contain yourself in a 5-minute time slot so that we can hear many in this group. Okay, Manish, continue.
Thank you, Vijay. And my poem is kind of on the contrary of the protest, like when you can, but you choose not to protest. And the reason behind it, I also come from a family where, my grandfather was a part of the Quit India movement in 1942. My father was 6-year-old, then he was 1936 born, and he told us a lot of stories, and they were at the epicenter of that movement in Allahabad. So anyway, but now, we don't choose to protest, and that's what my poem is. I will just give a gist of the poem in the English by each para, and then I'll read my poem. Others' Agony, Paraya Dard, that's the title. And the first para, the poet actually says that he no longer reacts to most things. Nothing leaves a mark on his forehead. No signs of worry appears unless something happens to someone very close to him, or it affects his own misfortune. Otherwise, nothing matters to him anymore. The second para, he might respond to the issues if they involve a celebrity. But when it comes to a horrific incident, places like Hathras, so there are some, references, and you may know, you may not know, but I won't go into those details. So in places like Hathras, Unnao, Gorakhpur, Noida, Shahjahanpur, or Bhadoi, when it concerns the death of the poor, laborers, farmers, or Dalits, he stays silent. He asks no question, no anger, expresses no outrage. These things don't affect him anymore. And then third para, he admits that he no longer cares because he has become committed to his own indifference, cowardice, and moral corruption. He is absorbed in himself, silent, busy, used to brushing off concerns, preoccupied with filling his own coffers, and he's so focused on his own family that he cannot hear another child scream or see another sister's tragedy. Nothing affects him anymore. In the last para, the poet reflects on how self-absorbed and morally decayed he has become. He indulges himself, ignoring others' pain. No cry of suffering reaches him. No tragedy moves him unless it concerns someone close to him or his own bad luck. Until nothing matters, nothing moves him. So that's the gist of the poem. And now I'm going to read in Hindi. Paraya Dard. अब कुछ नहीं होता. अब कुछ नहीं होता, मेरे ललाट पे एक रेखा तक नहीं होती, चिंता का बिंब तक नहीं होता. जब तक बात किसी करीबी की ना हो, खुद की बदनसीबी की ना हो, तब तक फर्क नहीं पड़ता. अब कुछ नहीं होता. सेलिब्रिटी हो तो शायद प्रतिक्रिया दे भी दूं. सेलिब्रिटी हो तो शायद प्रतिक्रिया दे भी दूं, लेकिन किसी हाथरस के कांड पे, उन्नाव, गोरखपुर, नोएडा, शाहजहांपुर, भदोई के नाम पे, गरीब, मजदूर, किसान, दलित की लाशों के नाम पे मैं चुप बैठता हूं, सवाल नहीं पूछता, रोष आक्रोश नहीं दिखाता. अब कुछ नहीं होता, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. अब कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. अब कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता क्योंकि मैं प्रतिबद्ध हूं. क्योंकि मैं प्रतिबद्ध हूं अपनी निर्वीर्यता के प्रति, प्रतिबद्ध हूं अपनी कायरता के प्रति, स्वयं कटिबद्ध हूं अपनी व्यभिचारता के प्रति. मैं अपने में गुम हूं, मौन हूं, व्यस्त हूं, चिंता झाड़ने में अभ्यस्त हूं, तिजोरी भरने में मस्त हूं. अपने बच्चों की छींक में किसी और बच्चे की चीख सुनाई नहीं देती. अपने बच्चों की छींक में किसी और बच्चे की चीख सुनाई नहीं देती. अपनी बहन की डोली के बाजू जलती किसी और बहन की होली दिखाई नहीं देती. अब कुछ नहीं होता, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. मैं स्वयं भू हो बहक रहा हूं, सड़गल के महक रहा हूं, थूक गटक के चहक रहा हूं, अपनी ही धुन में लहक रहा हूं. कोई भी आह सुनाई नहीं देती और कोई त्रासदी दिखाई नहीं देती. मैं स्वयंभू हो बहक रहा हूं, सड़गल के महक रहा हूं, थूक गटक के चह रहा हूं, अपनी धुन में लहक रहा हूं. कोई भी आह सुनाई नहीं देती, कोई और त्रासदी दिखाई नहीं देती. जब तक बात किसी करीबी की ना हो, खुद की बदनसीबी की ना हो, तब तक फर्क नहीं पड़ता. अब कुछ नहीं होता, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. थैंक यू.
Beautiful. Very nice, Manish.
What a nice poem, Manish. Beautiful, beautiful. That's what we have become.
Thank you.
Yeah, my poem's title is Protest, the People's Voice. So this poem describes the protest as a powerful and emotional expression of people's collective voice. When the world grows too wild, when injustice walks without shame, when promises turn to be fake, people rise not because they wish to, but because Their, their hearts refuse to remain still. Protest begins as a trembling thought. A voice whispers, "This is not right." Soon another hears it, and another feels it, until the whisper becomes a wind, carrying the weight of thousands who refuse to live with bowed heads. Protest is not born of anger alone, it is born of wounds unhealed, of dreams deferred, hopes smashed, of children watching their parents fight battles, struggle to survive. It is born of the sacred belief that the nation belongs to its people, not to the proud power mongers. Protest is a social moment when ordinary hands become brave, hands that cook, hands that build, that heal, and now lifting placards that say, "We matter, our nation matters," and a collective rhythm that says, "We are still here, we will not be silenced." Protest is not chaos, it is clarity. It is not disobedience, it is duty. It is the truth. It is a fight for their right. That when leaders forget the people remind the leaders who they were meant to serve. In the slogans that rise like prayers, in the banners fluttering like wounded wings, in the tears of those who march for their rights, there lives a faith unshaken that justice is not a gift but a right, that dignity is not a luxury but a birthright, that freedom is not a memory but a ladder to climb high. Protest is nothing but people speaking in the only language left for them when their pain is ignored and their patience is exhausted. It is courage walking on the wounded feet yet refuse to stop. Protest is the people's voice, rising, breaking, healing, demanding not a world of perfection, but a world of fairness. And when the people rise, leaders listen, history writes, and the bright future begins. And when the march ends, all the streets grow quiet again. A new silence and peace forms. Not the silence of suppression, but the silence of a promise. The leadership of a nation learning to listen to their people. That's it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
So, so we have three on the protest so far. So we have the woman stuck. Then we have person helpless. Who would listen? What shall I do? And then a female voice says it needs a threshold. It's not automatic. It has to build up. I will do this for my own understanding because I have a mathematical model how we were developing this. So let us continue. Who is next?
I can go.
Sajid. Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
No, Sajid and then Manorama. No, wait. Sajid first.
So again, in this short few poems, what we see is that, historically as well as now, protest have been going on, oppression has been going on, injustice is going on, people are speaking up, wars going on, and in the interdependent world and a very small world we live in, these are really just as much they're local, they're also global. It affects all humanity. There's only one war, one death, and one survival. And I think so. To me, I think it just makes me every time be humble that when somebody else does something in a far away in another part of the world, that how important it is to me also to listen to that and say that, well, you know, we are here together and what can we do? So in that spirit, I'll just read one of my poems, both in the context of a particular war that's happening, but at the same time, because it's a war that's global, and solution is global too. And when people rise, they also rise for all humanity. So this is called the dove in flight. When Tal Mitnick, 18, the first Israeli conscientious objector, jailed for refusing military service in quote-unquote revenge war in Gaza, says, "We are the future and we can change." When anti-war hero US Airman Aaron Bushnell, like many others named and unnamed throughout history, driven by conscience and courage in an extreme act to end war, to no longer become complicit to genocide with violence toward none and in self-immolation by fire, standing in front of the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C., pours gasoline over his own body and lights a match, and defying the pain of burning flesh and without a single cry of suffering, as his final words calls out, "Free Palestine, free Palestine." And when, in a simple act to end war, people of all ages, some in strollers, some in wheelchairs, some in bare feet, and some in combat boots across the world, in rain and shine, in freezing cold and scorching heat, join anti-war rallies, holding up banners demanding, "Cease fire now, free Palestine, stop the genocide, divest from the war machine, end war, peace now." And when campuses of schools, colleges, and universities sweeping across the nation and the global landscape in vigils, teach-ins, sit-ins, leaflets, and banners, poetry, music, and songs, fueled by the indomitable power of conscience, courage, justice for all, solidarity, and nonviolence, resemble the 1960s. And when, in the privacy of a home, far removed from all the commotion and the bomb landscape of what used to be homes, marketplace, playgrounds, schools, hospitals, olive groves, and the rubble, rather graveyard of decaying bodies of children and innocent men and women buried underneath, in the loving care of our parents, in a compassionate voice, perplexed but with clarity and purity of a conscientious heart, 9-year-old Daphne says, "I just don't understand why people can't just be nice to each other. I think the war should not be allowed." Then I know in my heart, and you know in your heart, that the cage with locked and bolted doors has shattered open, and the dove is set free to take flight, spanning the globe, eastward, westward, northward, southward, daring to fly through showering missiles and transforming the bomb landscape, the mass graveyard of innocence, and the landscape of sprouting olive branches. In such a conscientious objection to war, in such an extreme act of war, in such a simple act to end war, in such an act of solidarity and nonviolence to end war, in such compassionate and innocent voice to end war, the dove is in flight. 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 Thank you.
Beautiful.
The dove is in flight.
Beautiful.
So had the dove not been flying, probably we wouldn't be here.
Mm.
So somebody has flown the dove so that we may survive. So let us fly our own dove, see if we can. Okay, Manorama.
Good morning and namaste to all. My poem is in Odia, Mauna Bidroha, Silent Rebellion. This poem is kind of aligns with Bahara Husseini's poem and is more about the silent rebellion within a woman's heart, a resistance that is not loud but deeply lived. Women across the world may relate to it. How her pain burns quietly, expectations restrain her dreams, and her voice often remains unheard. I will read the Odia poem first, then I will read the English translation. The title is Mauna Vidroha. ରଣପ୍ରାଙ୍ଗଣରେ ବିଦ୍ରୋହ ଜ୍ୱାଳାର ଲେଲିହାନ ଶିଖା ପରି ରଣପ୍ରାଙ୍ଗଣରେ ବିଦ୍ରୋହ ଜ୍ୱାଳାର ଲେଲିହାନ ଶିଖା ପରି ଜଳୁଛି ଅନ୍ତର ପୋଡ଼ୁଛି ହୃଦୟ କିଏ ବା ସେ କହିପାରି ଉଡ଼ିବାକୁ ଖୋଲା ଆକାଶର ବକ୍ଷ ପାରନ୍ତା କି ସତେ ଉଡ଼ି ଡେଣା ଅଛି ହେଲେ ନାହିଁ ତାର ପକ୍ଷ ଡେଣା ଅଛି ହେଲେ ନାହିଁ ତାର ପକ୍ଷ ସ୍ୱପ୍ନ ମରେ ଭିଡ଼ି ମୋଡ଼ି କଦମ୍ବ ବନରେ ବଇଁଶିର ସୁର କଦମ୍ବ ବନରେ ବଇଁଶିର ସୁର ମନ ହୁଏ ସିରି ସିରି ସେହି ସୁରେ ଭାସି ପାରନ୍ତା କି ଯାଇ ସେହି ସୁରେ ଭାସି ପାରନ୍ତା କି ଯାଇ ଲୋକଲଜ୍ଜା ତ୍ୟାଗ କରି ସଙ୍ଗୀତର ସାଜ ବୀଣାରେ ସାଜିଛି ସଙ୍ଗୀତର ସାଜ ବୀଣାରେ ସାଜିଛି କଣ୍ଠରୁଦ୍ଧ ଶବ୍ଦ ପାଇଁ ଚାଲିରେ ତାହାର ତରଙ୍ଗ ଖେଳୁଛି ପାରେ ନାହିଁ ଦ୍ୱାର ଡେଇଁ ପାରେ ନାହିଁ ଦ୍ୱାର ଡେଇଁ ଅପାଙ୍ଗ ଚାହାଣି କରେ କହେ ତା କାହାଣୀ ଦେଖି କିଏ ଯିବ ସରି ବୁଝାଇ ପାରେନା ନୀରବ ସେ ଠାଣି ମଥା ପାତି ଚାଲେ ଥିରି ମଥା ପାତି ଚାଲେ ଥିରି ସିରି ଅଙ୍ଗେ ତାର ପିରତିର ଜ୍ୱାଳା ସିରି ଅଙ୍ଗେ ତାର ପିରତିର ଜ୍ୱାଳା ଭରିଛି ବିଧାତା ଯେତେ ଗଢ଼ିନି ତା ଲାଗି ପ୍ରୀତିର ଦେବତା ଗଢ଼ିନି ତା ଲାଗି ପ୍ରୀତିର ଦେବତା ବୁଝିବାକୁ ମନ ସେତେ ସତ୍ୟର ସନ୍ଧାନ ଅସତ୍ୟ ଜଗତେ କିଏ କେତେ କରିପାରେ ସତ୍ୟର ସନ୍ଧାନ ଅସତ୍ୟ ଜଗତେ କିଏ କେତେ କରିପାରେ ନାରୀ ହୃଦେ ଯେତେ ମୌନ ବିଦ୍ରୋହ ନାରୀ ହୃଦେ ଯେତେ ମୌନ ବିଦ୍ରୋହ ଜଗତ କି ବୁଝିପାରେ ବସନ ଭୂଷଣ ମାନସ ଶୋଷଣ ନାରୀ ଲାଗିଥାଏ ଭାଗ ତୃଷାର୍ତ୍ତ ଅଙ୍ଗରେ ବୈଶାଖୀ କଷଣ ତୃଷାର୍ତ୍ତ ଅଙ୍ଗରେ ବୈଶାଖୀ କଷଣ ବିଦ୍ରୋହରେ ତୋଳେ ରାଗ ବିଦ୍ରୋହରେ ତୋଳେ ରାଗ ଦେଶ ଜାତି ମଧ୍ୟରେ ବିଦ୍ରୋହ ବୈରୀ करे ଯୁଦ୍ଧ ଆବାହର ନାରୀର ହୃଦये ବିଦ୍ରୋହ ନିନାଦ ନାରୀର ହୃଦये ବିଦ୍ରୋହ ନିନାଦ ମୌନତା ଆବେଦନ ମୌନତା ଆବେଦନ Now I will read the English meaning. Just as flames rise fiercely in the battlefield, the fire of rebellion too burns within her. Her heart smolders, her soul aches. Yet her revolt is silent, unspoken, unseen. She could soar into the open sky. She could soar into the open sky, and yes, she has wings, but not the freedom to lift them. Her dreams rise only to collide with the walls of expectation and norms. In the Kadamba grove, when the flute calls softly, her heart longs to drift where the music leads, but the world's gaze holds her back. The veena is tuned and waiting, but her voice stays caught in her throat. Her steps hold grace and rhythm, yet an unseen door refuses to let her through. Her silent gaze holds an entire universe, but who pauses too long enough to understand it? Her emotions remain unfolded. Her emotions remain folded, her desires veiled, her head bowed, not out of weakness, but resignation. Her limbs burn with unsaid longing, as if destiny hid embers beneath her skin. Perhaps the God of love was never carved for her, someone to hold her gently without demand. How can truth be found in a world woven from illusions and pretense. How many can truly understand the quiet rebellion that lives inside a woman's heart? A woman is taught to restrain her desires, her body, her emotions, her voice, her dreams. Every aspect of her being becomes a boundary. Yet, beneath that restraint, a flame of silent revolt sings, a longing as sharp and scorching as summer heat. Nations may proclaim wars aloud. Nations may proclaim wars aloud. Revolutions may thunder through the streets. But the rebellion inside a woman remains quiet, wordless, yet alive and fiercely felt. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
So we have now dove was flying, but the dove's wings are cut, and dove cannot fly. So dove is stuck. Except the dove is the Mother Earth. So Mother Earth flies away, the universe collapses. So that has been the logic in the philosophy that women are there to sustain. If they are not there, we don't exist. They can't fly away. We have to respect them. So with that understanding, let us hear the next poem. Who is the next one?
Dave Goyal.
Dev Goel, go ahead.
This poem actually is a sort of a protest to my wife in a way, because she always keeps saying that I don't follow time. And I thought about it, and I wrote a poem on that, just to explain the differences. Like or it can also be stated as east version of time protesting to the western version of time. I call it, I come from a different type of time, not one you can see, but one that ticks inside of me, or sometimes it doesn't. I do not hold time the way we do today, in grids and squares, in bells and alerts, in seconds that march like soldiers. My sense of time is soft, like wet clay. It bends, it listens, it waits. Some exaggeration, but just to keep the spirit of poem alive, so you will sense those exaggerations. I was raised in a world where the only electricity was lightning, where the only toilets were open skies and forgiving fields. I was raised where the sun and seasons were the primary clock. When mornings came with wood smoke and tea, and evenings returned with goats coming home. The only phone we knew were made by hand, a thread, two paper cups, and laughter stretched between them. Appointment was a word we were yet to learn. The only thing that had to be on time was school. You heard the bell, you ran, that was time enough. Everything else waited for you, and no one called it late. Doctors sat from dawn to dusk. You came, you waited, you healed. In company, not in schedule. To visit someone, you just showed up. A mat was spread, tea was served, and the world rearranged itself to make room for you. To travel, you went to the bus stop. If the bus had gone, another would come. No one sighed, no one cursed the clock. After all, what was the urgency? None. Even weddings waited patiently for the groom or his uncle or sometimes the priest. And now, in this new land, this new time, everything hums and burns. Here, time has teeth, it bites if you don't obey. My sense of time shows itself strangely. Meetings dissolve before I can recall. Reminders flicker and vanish unseen. Even technology cannot rescue me from the rhythm I carry. For it too was born of this new time, running fast, never looking back. What am I to do? Carry my own time within me like a slow drumbeat beneath the noise of deadlines? But I live among calendars that breathe fire, among minutes that sprint, and I move like rain on dust, unhurried, lost in the kindness of not measuring. My world once flowed without clocks. Now I swim in the flood of hours and keep searching for the shore of stillness. So forgive me if I miss your meeting, if I answer late, if I drift beyond the time you set. It's not neglect, it's memory, it is inheritance. It is the soft pulse of another world still beating inside me. That's all.
Thank you. Very
Thank
good.
you.
Okay, all right, we're done. Very good. I think so. We have kind of a helpless, the person wants to protest but helpless. So next one.
I think I was
Goridi.
supposed to go next, but I may
No,
have
no,
missed it.
one person. Here. Okay. Okay, I go. All right,
Yes.
fine. But be ready though. I think we cannot wait. I think if you have this thing pick up. So this was like an aberration. I didn't, this somehow new people should go at the end and this thing. But anyway, so this is from the Atharva Veda, as I said. So here the protest is personified. So the logic is that we are occupied occasionally, not so are protesting against our crookedness, protesting against our greed, protesting against our falsification. So this discovery that man can do this did happen in this spirit of civilization. So I put it 1500 BC. So what I've done is, this is the seventh Shukta of the fifth Kanda of the Atharva Veda. So, and so the 10 stanzas I will use for my time. I'll use six. So first I'll do the Vedic one. Ano bharama paristharate mano rakhi dakshinam niyamanam namo vitsaya asamruddhaye namastu arate. Arati. Arati is this kind of a evil that I want to say. I want to goodbye. Yamarate purodhase purusham parirapinam namaste tashmai krunmama baning begatihi mama pranobani devakruta diva naktam cha kalpatam ratim anupramo vayam namastu rate Saraswatim anumatim bhagam यन्तो हवामहे वाचं जुष्टा मधुमतिम् अवादिशं देवानां देवहूतिषु यं याचामि अहं वाचा सरस्वत्या मनोयुजां श्रद्धातमद्य विन्दतु दत्ता सोमेन बभ्रुणाम् मा बनिं मा वाचं नो बिस्सिः उभौ इन्द्राग्नी आवरतां न पशूनि शर्वेण अद्य दित्सन्तः रातिं प्रतिहर्यत. So these are 6 stanzas out of 10. And then last night I translated. So I'll read you the translation in my way. So this has been, Vedas have been translated to claim as though how to relate to Greek or German and so on. So they don't, I think they don't get the feeling of it. Now, I am not an English lyricist, but what I discover is that when you say something, you have voice. The voice is not words. Voice is just sound. So that the person can listen to. So there is a melody involved. So anyway, with that, here I call arati as negativity. Protesting negativity. Oh, negativity, strange are your actions. Oh, negativity, strange are your deeds. Oh, negativity, please fill us with pain. Help us bid farewell to poverty and disdain. Oh, negativity, please don't throw us in confusion. Don't let us be victims of sloth and division. Please keep away that person, whining and forlorn. Help us bid farewell to those whose hearts are torn. Oh, negativity, please allow our nobility to develop and prosper. Please don't ruin us with grief. Don't put us in danger. Please help us keep away from those unforgiving. Help us bid farewell to unkind and self-serving. Let us adore the good counsel, O sweet Anumati. Let us invoke our divine knowledge, O Mother Saraswati. Give us the reach of wisdom and the sky of enlightenment. Let our words be sweet in our holy environment. I pray for words of love to Mother Saraswati. I pray for knowledge and wisdom to her generosity. Let my love and faith be blessed by my mother. Help us bid farewell to cruelty and dishonor. Last stanza. O negativity, O adversity, please refrain from shaking my speech. Please allow me to cultivate the skills that I may reach. Let Indra Agni shower me with wisdom and wellness. Help us bid farewell to misery and meanness. Thank you. This is my effort last night. Atharva Veda, Kanda 5, number 7. So I will post the full of it. All right. Follow up. So thank you. Thank you for listening. This is kind of a, means the English rendition, whether I have asked for some grant from the Mass Cultural Council if we can make a chorus of the Vedas. We shall see next year if it happens. It's a part of the SAPNE effort to have music. The point is, poetry is not words. Poetry is voice, sound, and music, melody. And unless, so we'll say that. Okay, next one, please.
So this is a poem about people who share unconditional love and support, but are often ignored. So it's a protest from their heart. भीड़ में रह के भी बोला नहीं हूं मैं, आदमी हूं के फरिश्ता नहीं हूं मैं. I'll read the translation along with every couplet. I've not spoken even after being in a crowd, but I am a man, not an angel. नाले हैं तो कहीं दर्द और खुदा भी, सबका हमदर्द हूं, दरिया नहीं हूं मैं. There are many streams and fountains of pain. I'm an empathizer, but I'm not a river that can take anything. ढूंढते आते हैं ये गम मुझे क्यों कर, खाक हूं जिसका जरिया नहीं हूं मैं. Why do these sorrows come searching for me? I'm part of the ground, but I'm not a support for everyone. भूल जाता हूं यूं तो कितनी ही बातों को, भूल जाता हूं यूं तो कितनी ही बातें, एक मुलाकात को भूला नहीं हूं मैं. I forget so many things, but I've not forgotten that one meeting. पेशमा से किसी बिखरा नहीं हूं मैं, माजी से हूं जुड़ा सफा नहीं हूं मैं. No problem has shattered me. I'm connected to the past, but I'm not a page. Thank you.
Okay.
Beautiful.
All right. Very good. Very good. So we are progressing. We are progressing. For example, we said that we didn't have the wings to fly. And then I said, no, you have speech to say. You may not have the wings, but you can speak. And however, let that speech be sweet, because protesting speech can be cruel. So now we have the following poem. Nitin said, it's okay, I'm self-contained. So move on with the next.
If nobody's there, then I can go.
Okay,
Yeah,
please.
I can go next. Thank you.
Please volunteer though, otherwise you can
Yeah,
close.
thank you.
Means it's,
Yeah, this
don't
is
be
Anand Ramanujan.
not shy though, but try to be focused on, protest. All right. Okay.
Sure. Thank you. My name is Anand Ramanujan, a Tamil
Yeah.
poet based in Massachusetts, United States. I write under the pen name of Imaya Varamban and have authored more than 6 books. My poems and essays are found on my website, imayavaramban.com. Today, I am delighted to present a poem that serves as an ethical protest against all forces that divide or diminish humanity, racism, falsehood, corruption, and violence. It calls upon the human heart to rise, to resist, and to help restore a world grounded in dignity and freedom. I will read my Tamil poem first, followed by the English translation. The title of the Tamil poem is Ninjukku Neethi. இனத்தினால் பிரித்திடும் பிணக்கலாம் எதிர்த்திடு, மனத்தினால் பகைக்கும் வன்முறைத்தனம் தடுத்திடு, அனைத்துயிர் தவிப்பொழிக்க வாழ்வை அர்ப்பணித்திடு, நினைப்பினால் பரிந்துயர்ந்து அறம் புரிந்த நெஞ்சமே, பொன்பொருள் புகழ்க்குமோது பொய்மை வாழ் ஒழித்திடு, தன்பொருள் தனக்கெனும் செருக்கினை தவிர்த்திடு, அன்பெனும் பலத்தினால் வெறுப்பலாம் அழித்திடு, இன்னல் தீர்ந்து வையம் வாழ இயங்கும் என்ற நெஞ்சமே, பணத்தை ஈட்டும் நோக்குடன் படிப்பதை தவிர்த்திடு, குணத்தில் ஏற்றம் ஒன்றில்லா குதர்க்கர் சொல் பழித்திடு, உணர்ச்சியொன்றி வையம் உன் குடும்பம் என்றுரைத்திடு, உணர்ச்சி ஒன்றி வையம் உன் குடும்பம் என்றுரைத்திடு, இணக்கமோடு மாந்தர் வாழ எண்ணும் என்ற நெஞ்சமே, மதங்கள் தம்முள் மோதும் இம்மடத்தனம் பழித்திடு, சிதைந்த பாரின் மேன்மைகள் திரும்பிட துடித்தெழு. சுதந்திரத்தின் வீழ்ச்சியை தடுக்க வாழ் சுழற்றிடு. சுதந்திரத்தின் வீழ்ச்சியை தடுக்க வாழ் சுழற்றிடு. நிஜம் நிதம் ஜகத்தில் நீதியின்மை கண்டு வாடும் நெஞ்சமே. எங்கள் தேசம் உங்கள் தேசம் என்பதெங்கள் எல்லையோ. எங்கிலும் பரந்திருக்கும் வையம் நம்மதில்லையோ. எங்கள் தேசம் உங்கள் தேசம் என்பது எங்கள் இல்லையோ. எங்கிலும் பரந்திருக்கும் வையம் நம்மதில்லையோ. பொங்கும் அன்பினால் இணைந்து போர் ஒழிந்து வாழ்ந்திடல். பொங்கும் அன்பினால் இணைந்து போர் ஒழிந்து வாழ்ந்திடல். மங்களம் சிறக்க வான் சுவர்க்கம் மண்ணில் மேவுமே. மங்களம் சிறக்க வான் சுவர்க்கம் மண்ணில் மேவுமே. Now the English translation. The title of the English translation is An Ode to the Righteous Heart. O heart, rising with noble thoughts and rooted in righteousness, stand firmly against every conflict that divides people by race or community. Restrain the hatred and hostility that may arise within. Dedicate your life to easing the suffering of all living beings. O heart that longs for a world free from sorrow, reject false ways of living that chase only wealth, status, or fame. Let go of the pride that clings to possessions as if they belong to you alone. Use the strength of love to dissolve all forms of hatred. O my heart that wishes for humanity to live in harmony, do not pursue education solely for the sake of earning money. Condemn crude, immature speech that comes from lack of character. Affirm that when we share each other's feelings, the whole world becomes one family. O heart that itches every day at the injustice in the world, criticize the foolishness of religions fighting among themselves. Rise with the desire to restore the lost greatness of our world. Stand firm to protect freedom from decline. Is the boundary between your nation and my nation truly real? Is not the vast expanse of the whole world ours as well? If we unite with overflowing love and abandon all wars, a blessed heavenly life will flourish here on earth. Thank you.
All right. Okay. We're moving ahead. So we had the wings. We had the closed mouth Afghan, then wings to fly, and wings were cut, and then speech you can do. So now, if you can't do the speech, you still have the heart. You can feel. Next one.
This is Prem Nagar, and the title of my poem is Avrodh Virodh, Obstacle and Protest. Avrodh Virodh explores how resistance and disagreement fuel human progress. The poem celebrates protest not as denial, but as the living pulse of awareness that sparks inquiry, creation, and transformation. Through questioning and conflict, it reveals opposition as the essential force sustaining imagination, science, philosophy, and life itself. The poem has 9 stanzas. The stanza 1 to 3 is awakening of thought through disagreement. Stanza 4 and 6, opposition as energy, air, and fire for change. And stanza 7 to 9, from questioning to creation, culminating in wisdom, opposition as perception, not defiance. The poem goes, विरोध नहीं है अवरोधों से, विरोध नहीं है अवरोधों से, यह तो चेतना की लौ है। जहां भी प्रश्न उठाए जाते हैं, नए समाधान सामने आते हैं। विरोध नहीं है अवरोधों से, यह तो चेतना की लौ है। असहमति से ही जगती है सोच की नई दिशा। असहमति से ही जगती है सोच की नई दिशा, संघर्ष में ही पनपती है ज्ञान की हर इच्छा। जब कोई कहे नहीं, तभी हां का अर्थ गड़ जाता है। जब कोई कहे नहीं, तभी हां का अर्थ गड़ जाता है। शंका का हर तंतु प्रेरणा का बीज बन जाता है। विरोध ही वह स्पंदन है जो मन को रिझाता है। विरोध ही वह स्पंदन है जो मन को रिझाता है, स्थिरता से ऊबकर जो परिवर्तन जगाता है। बिना प्रतिरोध के कल्पना न उड़ान भरती है। विरोध ही वह वायु है जिसमें नव विचार खिलती है। विरोध है सोच का अंगारा। विरोध है सोच का अंगारा जो बुझने नहीं देता, ठहराव की दीवारों को गिरने नहीं देता। जब सवाल उठते हैं नई राह बनती है। जब सवाल उठते हैं तो नई राह बनती है। इसी से तो जिंदगी रफ्ता रफ्ता आगे बढ़ती है। विरोध हमें ठहरने नहीं देता, यह प्रश्न करने, सोचने और दिशा खोजने को कहता। यही रचनात्मक असंतोष विज्ञान, कला, दर्शन को आगे बढ़ाता है। हमें अवरोधों से नहीं है विरोध। हमें अवरोधों से नहीं है विरोध। विरोध के लिए अवरोध का ठहराव ही दृष्टि बनता है। विरोध के लिए अवरोधों का ठहराव ही दृष्टि बनता है। हमें विरोध नहीं है अवरोधों से, यह तो चेतना की लौ है। जहां भी प्रश्न उठाए जाते हैं, नए समाधान सामने आते हैं। Now let me give the translation. The opposition is not from protest, it is the flame of consciousness. Wherever questions are raised, newfound solutions awakened. From disagreements awakens a new course of thought. In struggle alone, every yearning for knowledge grows. Only when someone says no is the meaning of yes is born. Every thread of doubt becomes a seed of inspiration. Opposition is the pulse that charms the mind. Bored of stillness, it summons transformation. Without resistance, imaginations would never soar. Opposition is the air where new ideas bloom. Opposition is the ember of thought that never dies. It keeps the walls of stagnations from falling away. When questions arise, new paths take shape. Thus, life itself moves gently forward. Opposition keeps us from standing still. It urges us to question, to think, to seek new directions. This creative unrest propels science, art, and philosophy ahead, and we do not oppose the obstacle itself, for in opposition, the stillness of the obstacle becomes our wisdom. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Next one.
My poem is also in Hindi.
Okay.
So I'll go next. My name is Preet Paul Singh. My poem is Vidroh, protest. We do protest when we do not like something and want to change it. Once I did protest in my childhood. This Hindi poem is about that. उन दिनों ऐसा होता था, उन दिनों ऐसा होता था, बचपन में जब मैं छोटा था। वैसे तो बचपन में सब छोटे ही होते हैं। उन दिनों ऐसा होता था, बचपन में जब मैं छोटा था, हर रोज स्कूल जाना पड़ता था। मुझे जी अच्छा नहीं लगता था। एक दिन विद्रोह का मन बनाया, एक दिन विद्रोह का मन बनाया, स्कूल ना जाने का मैंने मूड बनाया।
Right.
सोचा आज किसी से नहीं डरूंगा, पूरा दिन घर में मस्ती करूंगा। पता नहीं किसने मास्टर जी को बता दिया, पता नहीं किसने मास्टर जी को बता दिया कि ठीक ठाक है, वैसे ही घर में पड़ा है। क्योंकि अगर स्कूल ना जाना हो तो बहाना बनाना पड़ता था कि मैं बीमार हूं या पेट दुख रहा है। सब तो बढ़िया था, पेट दुख रहा है, जब मर्जी दुखा लो पेट को, जब मर्जी ठीक कर लो। पता नहीं किसने मास्टर जी को बता दिया कि ठीक ठाक है, वैसे ही घर में पड़ा है, स्कूल नहीं जाना पड़ा, इसलिए खुश बहुत है, बगीचे में खड़ा है। मास्टर जी ने हट्टे कट्टे 4 लड़कों को घर मेरे को भेजा। उनको देखकर फ्राई हो गया मेरा भेजा। चारों ने टांगों बाजुओं से मुझे उठाया, पूरे गांव में घुमाते हुए स्कूल मुझको पहुंचाया। इस घटना ने मुझको इस घटना ने मुझे ऐसा सबक दिया, दोबारा जिंदगी में मैंने कभी विद्रोह नहीं किया। दोबारा जिंदगी में मैंने कभी विद्रोह नहीं किया। और ये ब्रीफ इंग्लिश ट्रांसलेशन, in my childhood one day I protested against going to school and stayed home, but teacher sent 4 boys to my house. They picked me up from arms and legs and took me to school. After that I never protested in my life. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay, very good. Very good for the nice. Right, very nice. Okay,
Good
next.
job, Pitpal.
Can I go next, please?
Yeah, please do.
Okay. I'm Gauri Datta. My poem is called Kakori Conspiracy. It is protest against the British. It is a narrative poem. Kakori was a quiet town near Lucknow's splendid shine. The date was 9th of 8th month of 1925. A hot and humid August night, someone had tracked the time. It was number 8 downtown on Saharanpur line, a lumbering locomotive not far from Kakori's sign. At 2 a.m., the night was dark. The village men were asleep. After a day of piling, they hurry mangoes in a heap. The women had put down their skeins of Zardosi emblems. The children's dreamy smiles belied their daytime contretemps. The train rattled and roared on. The passengers lifted the panes. The scent of kakori kebabs wafted in from the plains. The traveler snores and murmurs throughout the bodies ranged. What was there that brewed within the silent looks exchanged? The train carried a locked and guarded trunk of government notes. It was a time of British rule and Indians' freedom sought. There were 10 brave Indians who secretly contrived. Poets, scholars, religious men from all walks of life. They were the 3 who led the charge and others followed suit. We will take from sahibs who have stolen our land's loot. Azad, Bismil, Ashfid Quella were the 3 chief men. Rajan Lahiri was assigned to pull the powerful chain. With a thunderous clang and shriek, the beast stopped in its track. The 10 defiant patriots had the guard trussed and on his back. They did not have the trunk's key, so they blindly strove. They shot the lock to bits and ran with the money to the groves. 45 minutes it took to clear the skirmish sound. Only 1 passenger died of a gunshot wound. A British crackdown then ensued to avenge the treason. Out of the 10 patriotic schemers, 3 were hung in prison. Others were given life in jail and some to Kalapani. This was the story of protest against the British Raj and England's Rani. That's it. Thank you.
Very good. All right. Who's next? Basanji, continue, please. Yeah, Arundhati. Yeah, Arundhati.
Good morning. I am Vasant Machwe, PhD in physics, but love poetry because of my heritage. My uncle was Secretary Sahitya Academy in India, and therefore my all poems they are mostly in Hindi. So today I'm going to recite my poem, and some part of it will go in translation, but not word by word. I start my poem. विरोध के होते हैं दो रूप, सार्थक और दूसरा निरर्थक। विरोध क्रोध का है सागा भाई, बुद्धि भ्रष्ट का नमूना कहलाई। छोटे मोटे विद्रोह के रूप देखे हैं घर घर बैठे, छोटे मोटे विद्रोह के रूप देखे हैं घर घर बैठे। सास बहू, भाई बहन, बाप बेटे, आस पड़ोस पड़ोस तक न छूटे। दोस्ती में दरारें, नौकरी में तकरारें, ऊंच नीच, गरीब अमीर सब हारे। भाषा में रहते हैं नवरत्न, परंतु इसका कहीं जगह नहीं, ये तो है अपना अलग रत्न। पंचायतें, कचेरियां और कोई इसी के दम पर चलते भरपूर। कोर्ट न छूटा इससे कहीं दूर। रोटी सेकते काले कोट, क्या कर रहे हैं यह दस्तूर। शैव वैष्णव, शिया सुन्नी, कैथलिक प्रोटेस्टेंट सब सेकते अपनी रोटियां फूलन। लगता यह मानव जीवन का अभिन्न अंग, मठाधीशों मौलियों विरोध के संग। पर क्या प्रकृति भी करती इसका आदर, विरोध का क्या प्रकृति भी करती है इसका आदर। भूकंप, भूचाल, सुनामी, बाढ़े, क्या कोई बचा पाया, केवल देते रहते समाचार और ताने। कईयों ने ठुकराए नहीं स्वीकारे भारत रत्न नोबेल पुरस्कार। Tagore, we have heard about Tagore. So Tagore had denied the knighthoodship, and there was a letter that he sent to Britain king, Britain queen, and that letter had so many words of English that without dictionary one cannot understand that letter. तो टैगोर ने नकारा नाइटहुड, आइंस्टाइन ने इजरायली प्रभार, आइंस्टाइन was given the leadership of Israel but he refused. आइंस्टाइन ने नकारा इजरायली प्रभार और हजरत महल ने विक्टोरिया का माफी सम्मान। There was a lady, Hazrat Mahal, she fought for freedom, but when she was at peak, Victoria Queen sent a letter not to do it, but she refused. That was the विरोध। विरोध करते नहीं गिरने दी, felt hate और मूछे छोड़। Felt hate that he was putting Bhagat Singh, and मूछे छोड़ was for, I can say it is for, it is for, I will just tell you. Yes, he was Chandrasekhar Azad. So they did not even allow to fall a single hair of that. And Bhagat Singh did not allow his hair to fall, but they tried to protest British government without any violence. Next one is विरोध करते नहीं गिरने दी, वो सेम थिंग। विरोध करते नहीं गिरने दी, फेल्ट हेट और मूछे छोड़। Next is because Dr. Vijay Mishra gave reference to religion, I am just telling you, मीरा हो गई कृष्ण दीवानी। She was from a princely family, but she protested. मीरा हो गई कृष्ण दीवानी, रानी ने फोड़े गोरों के तोप खाने। हनुमान जला आए पूछ से लंका, कृष्ण डुबो आए द्वारका। भारत भी अब निर्वात में से क्यों, भारत में अब निर्वात को भेजते पहुंचा चांद पर, किया करिश्मा। परंतु देशों के बॉर्डर जल रहे, नहीं रुक रहा शस्त्र व्यापार, नहीं रुक रहा शस्त्र व्यापार। रोटी सेकते और छिपाते हमने चेहरे देखे कई बार। लास्ट वन इज, प्रार्थना करता यह अकवि, समशीतोष्ण रह बनकर विरोध, न चला हिंसा के पथ पर, न बहने दे खून की चहुओर। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
So you want to make a little interpretation of English for people
I will just give you that protest has two faces, positive and negative. So positive faces have tried to actually bring the society in freedom, and whole of the India. India stands the only nation which got freedom with protest and without violence. And non-violence, Gandhiji is famous for it. And that protest was included by so many persons without doing any of the crime. But simultaneously, we have seen that protest, nature also does the protest. We feel tsunami, we feel earthquake, we feel so many things. Even we feel those mountains burning. So protest in positive direction as well as in negative direction, but protest is the, actually it is a part of our life. Normal small protest is there in household persons also. But what about those protests which are between the nations? Many of the nations, the boundaries of the nations are burning because the actually business of arms sale is not stopping. So I want, as a poet, that all these protests and all these things may go without crime or without violence, but it should continue. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right. So we are here. So we had a bird. Bird was flying. The wings were not there. So bird was floored. Then it became the earth. Then it has the voice. It has a heart. Now this poet says that you can also protest internally. You don't have to make any gesture, but you can deform yourself. All right. So Arundhati. And then we had this Gauri, this poem where people were shot. So that's a protest manifesting. Okay, Arundhati, let us see.
Good afternoon and happy early Thanksgiving. My poem's name is Poet's Pain. I don't remember I protest anything with a placard or in a sign in a crowd. Maybe that's not my style. But from very young age, my pain loved to write about society, social change, injustice, and I always loved to frame the time. I felt very sorry for who paid the price, even some went to jail, even die. But my mind never stay quiet. My mind always accept no oppression, injustice. That's why I always write. If it is resonated with someone, that's really a bonus because writer and poet job is always tell the truth. But I love to say in this country, I love to watch Martin Luther King's very peaceful, quiet protest march because it's very positive and well-dressed people there. Thank you.
Silent protest.
Yeah.
Silent protest. All right, very good. Why not? Silent protest. So the no entropic change. Okay, who's next?
Yeah, I have two poem if time permits. Otherwise, first one is um, so Baba Nagarjun was a poet known as Bidrohi Baba and from Bihar. And my father and I both like his poetry. And it was my father who introduced me. And his one poem, Ao Maharani Hum Uthayenge Palki, Hui Hai Agya Jawahar Lal Ki, I still sing whenever I feel low in my life. And very few people had the courage to write like him. So this poem is dedicated to Baba Nagarjun, and this was my desire to do. So first time I'm doing, so I'm happy to all people who suggested this term. So मैं विद्रोही हूँ, मैं विरोधी हूँ, हर तंत्र का, हर मंत्र का, मैं अक्खड़ भुक्खड़ घुमक्कड़ बिहारी हूँ, मेरे नस नस में है रस बिरह का। तुम पंडित ज्ञानी गुलाबधारी हो, हम सबके पेट में भूख और बीमारी है। तुम बेताब हो गोरी महारानी के पांव चूमने को, जिसने भारत के लाखों कोख को उजाड़ी है। तुम सूट बूट वाले, तुम्हारे तन मन अंतर मन स्वप्न में बस चाह है चमड़ी और दमड़ी का। मैं धोती गमछा सतुआ लिट्टी चोखा वाला निर्मोही बिहारी हूँ, मेरे नस नस में है रस बिरह का। So the English translation is, I'm a rebel, I'm an opponent of every system, every rule. I'm a stubborn, hungry, since I'm a Bihari. The love of longing runs through my every vein. You are a scholar, you might be a wise man, a rose bearer. Hunger and disease are with us always, but you are desperate to kiss the feet of the fair queen who has devastated millions of people. You, the one in suits and boots, your body, mind, inner self, and dreams desire only skin and penny. I am a Bihari with dhoti, towel, and liti chokha. So I am a rebel. The second poem is विद्रोहियों की कोई जात नहीं होती, इनकी कोई बिसात नहीं होती, पर बैठ नहीं सकते ये चैन से, किसी भी परिस्थिति में इनको चैन नहीं होती। अगर रोकना है इनको तो आप इनको मोहब्बत करा दो, क्योंकि वहीं इनसे कोई विद्रोह नहीं होती। उलझ के रह जाते हैं अपने ही दिल दिमाग के जाल में, भूख के खिलाफ लड़ने वालों, सत्ता के खिलाफ लड़ने वाले, ऐसे विद्रोहियों की प्रेम में कभी कोई औकात नहीं होती। सिर्फ पुष्पों सिद्धांतों और नारी सम्मान पे बोल के दिल को नहीं जीत सकते ये, और इनके जेब से कभी सोने चांदी के तोहफे खरीदी नहीं जाती। तभी तो इनसे कोई भी विद्रोही से कोई भी प्रेम नहीं करती। आवाज इनकी धीरे धीरे कम हो जाती है, घुट घुट कर वो खुद से ही हताश और निराश हो जाती है, और फिर एक दिन किसी अनजान से मोर पे विद्रोही के प्राण ही विद्रोह कर देते हैं। लवारिस अनजान, न कोई देखने वाला न पहचानने वाला, और अंत में इस तरह एक विद्रोही की आवाज अनंत में शामिल हो जाती है, उदासी और हार के आवरण में ढककर, और समाज फिर चल पड़ता है उस विद्रोही को भुलाकर जो उनके लिए कभी खड़ा हुआ था, और समाज नाचने लगता है रईसों के दरबार में अपने उन बेड़ियों को ही पहनकर जिसके लिए जीवन भर विद्रोही ने विद्रोह किया, और वह उन्हीं बेड़ियों को अपने गोरे और नाजुक पांव में घुंघरू बनाकर। सो द इंग्लिश ट्रांसलेशन बाय गूगल, आई डोंट नो हाउ मच इट इज। So rebels have no caste, they have no destination, but they cannot be quiet under any circumstances. They find no peace. And if you want to stop them, then somehow manipulate them to fall in love with someone. Because in love, they cannot rebel. They a rebel, a fighter against hunger, has no standing or chance in love. They cannot win the hearts of women because they cannot buy gifts of gold and silver. And the voice of rebel gradually fades, choking with their own self doubt. They become frustrated and disappointed. And then one day, at some point, the rebel's very soul itself rebels, unclaimed, unknown, no one to see and no one to recognize. And so, in the end, the voice of a rebel merges into the infinite, and then the society moves on. So, thank you very much.
Shakuntala, you want to go?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
Namaskar, everyone. I am Shakuntala Gupta from Odisha. So I'll read a self-written poem, which is about the thin wall of oppression, which do not let us hearing the real meaning of protest. And I want to describe what are the real happenings happened within 1 year in my surrounding that inspired this poem. So ଟେବୁଲର ଆର ପାରିରେ ହେ ଧୃତରାଷ୍ଟ୍ର, ଆଜି ସଞ୍ଜୟଙ୍କର ଚକ୍ଷୁ ବଖାଣି ପାରିବ ନାହିଁ ଟେବୁଲର ଆରପାରିର ବିରୋଧକୁ। ରାଜରାସ୍ତାରେ ବସିଛି ଅଙ୍ଗନବାଡ଼ିର ଦିଦି, ବେରୋଜଗାର ପରୀକ୍ଷାର୍ଥୀ, ଚାଷୀ ଓ ଧର୍ଷିତାମାନଙ୍କର ପରିବାର। ଜନଜାତି ପରେ ଜନଜାତି ଉଚ୍ଛେଦ ହୁଏ ସତପୁଡ଼ା, ହସଦେବରୁ କଳିଙ୍ଗ ନଗରରେ କଟିଯାଏ ଯାହାର ପାପୁଲି ଓ ଆଙ୍ଗୁଳି। କଲିକତାର ରାଜରାସ୍ତାରେ ଯେବେ ମହମବତୀର ନଈ ଦାବି କରେ ନାରୀର ସୁରକ୍ଷା, ରାତି ଉପରେ ତୁମେ ମନା କରିଦେଇଛ ଯାହାର ଅଧିକାର। ଶିକ୍ଷକ ନଥିବା ଶ୍ରେଣୀଗୃହରୁ 65 କିଲୋମିଟର ପାଦରେ ଚାଲି ସ୍କୁଲ ଝିଅମାନେ ମାଗିଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କର ଭିକ୍ଷା। ଲଜ୍ଜା ନାହିଁ ମୋତେ, ଶ୍ରେଣୀଗୃହରେ ନାହାନ୍ତି ଶିକ୍ଷକ, ମୁଁ ସଜାଉଛି ମନ୍ଦିରର ଦୁଆର। ଯେଉଁ ପାଦମାନେ ଶାନ୍ତ ପଦଯାତ୍ରା କରେ ଜଙ୍ଗଲ ଜଳ ଜମି ପାଇଁ, ସେ ଜନଜାତିର ଧସିଗଲା ଭିଟା। ବିସ୍ଥାପିତ ଜନଜାତିର ନାହିର ସଂସାର। କାହିଁକି ଆମେ ନିରୁପାୟ? କାହିଁକି ଆମ ପତାକା ତଳେ ଦଳିତମାନଙ୍କୁ ଦେଇପାରୁନାହିଁ ତାଙ୍କର ନ୍ୟାଯ୍ୟ ଅଧିକାର? ସବୁ କାଳେ ସାଧାରଣ ଜନର, ଯାହାର ପିଠିର ଚମରୁ ତୁମେ ତିଆରି କର ତୁମର ବିକାଶର ଜୋତା ଆଉ ଚପଲ। Thank you. So, the English translation is the other side of the table. Hey Dhritarashtra, please don't ask me what I see at the other side of the table. Anganwadi Didi, jobless students are on the roads. There are 10 polluting factories and mines at my native village without any clear water or air. My visions are blurred today. When you are celebrating colors, women are marching with candles, claiming their rights on night. Girls are marching on barefoot 65 kilometers to seek teachers for their empty classrooms. The Adivasi, indigenous forest dwellers are displaced and walking on silent protest. And they lost their holes on Satpura and other places. And I see no farmer leaders or any other leaders now coming off to save them, because they know they are awaiting the cannons of lathis and bullet at the end of the other side. Sanjay's eye may not describe why our flag is not enough, why our silk is stained, and cannot see the other side of the oppressed world, and we cannot protect or hear them. So this was a meaning I gathered. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Who else? I think probably we have covered everyone. Sahab Ahmad is here. Sahab Ahmad, Amara Khan. I don't see them.
My
Anybody
son
else?
was there too. I don't know, where did he go? My son was
No, that's
there.
okay. That's okay. If somebody there, they will show up. Otherwise, we'll.
I don't know, where did he go?
Anybody else who is here want to recite anything? But it's okay. I think we had a great. This poem was great. This bring a different angle. Different angle means we can go for protest, and then lathis come. We're beaten up. Then who protects us? And that happens now in the streets. People do protest, and some people get beaten up, and we don't know what happens to them. Some people get arrested. So that's the life. I think. So we had anyway, thank you all for joining, and please thank all people on mute, and let us applaud all people.